We're going to have you on as a guest next. Tell me how to build a studio.
I know, Dad.
Yeah.
Right. He think he getting out of this.
Yeah.
He ain't getting out of this.
I'm real good back there.
It's kind of cool. I ain't going to lie.
What's up, y'all? Get ready to break it down and level up. Welcome to Doing Numbers, your number one financial literacy podcast in the world. Clap it up.
Let's go.
I'm your host, Olu.
I'm your host, Scott.
So bring your pen and pad because it's about to get real.
Happy New Year's, first and foremost.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How y'all feeling? How you feeling, Scott?
I feel in a unique opportunity, bro. Like, I never would have thought we'd be in this space to give the opportunity for our listeners to be introduced to guests and hear our stories and hear our guest stories and kind of get a springboard based off other people's experiences and know that they're not alone in their journey and, you know?
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm proud of what we got going on as well. And what better way? I mean, it don't make sense to just talk to ourselves about good things if we don't want to open it up to the masses.
Else. Don't help nobody else, man. And then with the new year approaching and coming and going, a lot of people focus a lot on resolution, like changing their game plan. You know what I'm saying? And
resolutions.
How you feel about that?
Man.
Well, before you start, bro, I know you got something to say. It's on your heart heavy, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean,
let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick. A lot of people pivot when New Year's comes, and I don't think I like that, bro. Because when you have a plan B, it takes away from plan A. And I feel like if you make it to the new year, right, and you haven't accomplished what plan A is, the plan should still be plan A.
It should.
So
it should.
I think moving forward, people, you should still focus on what your goal and your passion and your aspirations are from the year previous, but make sure that you hone in on the steps that you didn't take the year prior when you move into a new year. But how do you feel about New Year, bro?
Stick to plan A, man. How I feel about New Year's.
As far as resolution.
As far as the resolution, man, I'm beginning to not like it. And before I get into why I'm beginning not to like it, I was once a resolution creator myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I was big on it. You know what I'm saying? Like every year, it's just gonna be my resolution.
Vision boards and all that. I
mean, vision boards are cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not taking that away at all. I think we should definitely utilize that.
Okay, cool.
But just if it's not, you know how in vision boards it's up. You put it up on paper, it's visually there for you to see. You know, vision board.
Right.
But if we're sitting here just saying, okay, this is my resolution and I'm mentally keep it in my head and go through 12 months.
With no execution.
With no execution, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
right.
Are people really thinking about, you know, the duration of time it takes to actually complete one task?
And you're right about that. Because even with the vision boards, a lot of people create them, just leave them on the wall.
Yep.
And they might look at it, but they don't take the day-to-day to map out the steps to execute this vision or that vision, you know.
Exactly.
Keeping that streamlined process going. So you're absolutely right about that.
And so that's why I'm not too pressed to create a resolution because, you know what I'm saying, what you were doing the year prior, you're going to keep doing in 2025.
Or at least you should.
At least you should. Like, there shouldn't be it's time for me to reset and start over. Like, that's kind of what they want you to do a little bit. In my mind, it's like, okay, yeah.
When you say they, who do you mean?
I mean, like,
the powers that be.
The powers that be.
The man. Remember Undercover Brother?
The myth, the legend. Yeah, I do. The man. Did we ever even get to see the man in I don't think we ever saw the man in Undercover Brother.
He's always elusive, bro. You'll never see him.
We never saw him. So, you know, it's one of those for me, like right now, I could easily say, yeah, my resolution is to continue or to make Doing Numbers the number one financial literacy podcast in the world. Well, we've started that already last year in December.
We have.
So there's no sense for me to cut everything that we've been working on already to make it the number one financial literacy podcast in the world.
I think that's true.
To now think of a whole new master plan. Like, it's just redundant to me.
I think we might be a little exaggerative with that because a lot of people don't start from scratch just because it's a new year. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, that's true too. Like, while we do have these people, we also have the opposite. Like, they're not mutually exclusive, right?
Facts.
But what I will say is I agree with your point. Like, a lot of people, I keep saying a lot of people, but us, like
Uh-huh.
we're included in that.
Yep.
We pivot from the initial game plan. I feel like me myself, I have had resolutions, prior to this year that I hadn't accomplished, and I think it's because I put that title on it. I made it a resolution, so I made it a obstacle to not reach, right? But just like last year, I had resolutions. I also had goals, and I met those goals, but I didn't meet my resolution. You see what I'm saying? You
Yes,
felt
sir.
that?
Yeah, I
You
did,
got that in
bro.
your
That's what's
Shabbat?
up. Hell
That's what's
yeah.
up. All right, cool.
You said that with conviction too.
I did.
You reached those goals,
Yeah,
right?
I put my shoulders into it.
You did.
Okay, cool. Did you have resolutions from last year that you made and met? Or?
I did. I wanted my credit score to go up, and guess what? It did.
Give
I
me
meant
some.
to tell you,
What you do with that?
man. So
How did you wait? First, tell me where you started, what your goal was, and how you met that goal.
I don't want to lie to y'all. I believe if y'all go back and watch episode 1, maybe 2, I told y'all I was like at a 625 or something like that. I believe that's what it was. Drum roll.
Where we at, champ?
I'm at a 665.
Let's go.
Come on, man.
40-point hump. Give me some,
let's throw it
coach.
up. Let's throw it up.
All right, I
So,
like that.
You know, a couple cool things happened for me, man. And I on the way over here, I was thinking, I'm like, yo, it really does feel good to pay bills.
That's facts.
As crazy as it sounds. Because most people would be like, yo, paying the bill, man. Fuck paying the bill. I'm going to skip out on that deal. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you had a couple impersonations. I need to know who these people are you imitating, bro. Because first you went hood, and then you had a sassy neck roll, bro. I gotta know who were they.
Yo, I don't know. I'm playing vicariously through a lot of people right now.
You on your Eddie Murphy?
I'm on my Eddie Murphy, bruh. But
Okay, cool.
no, though, seriously, like we look at paying a bill as being a terrible thing because it's not a glitz glamour thing, and I hate that we always got to come back to the how we think. You know, glitz glamour. That's the way it should be. That's the level of class that you are identified by or as by what you wear, what you have.
That high that you get from immediate satisfaction. Yeah,
but paying a bill makes you look better than any of the fashion shit that you got on.
On paper, you talking about?
On paper.
For sure. And that's where it counts.
That's where it counts.
Especially when you
like,
want to
bro,
do
if
what
I'm
you're doing.
paying bills and I might not have my account set up to where I got, you know, thousands of dollars in there. When I do come up with my master plan, though, best believe everything in order for me to achieve that.
Absolutely.
If I want to go take out a loan, if I want to open up a credit line for a business venture or whatever it is that I'm on.
Very true.
That's because I'm paying my bills on time, man. And I'm not half-assing it.
So you shifted your mindset from, I guess, creating a wretch when you paying a bill because of that loss of money to putting that confidence and making sure that your business was taken care of, and that feels good to you. Is that what you're saying?
That feels good to me, but just from a general perspective of paying a bill, whether that's like a utility bill or something like that. Because, I was somebody that would almost let a bill default. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I can come back and pay that later. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go find me a little jug real quick and that'll pay for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's accumulating interest. You know, I'm paying 2 bills now because I missed a month. Now I got this new month I'm paying. When
compound interest
you know
on a
what I'm
bill
saying?
is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, I was okay with just paying that normal fixed bill that I was paying, but I allowed the undisciplinary action or the undisciplinary mindset to be like, you know, I'll chill on it for a little bit.
Right.
But paying the bill off and then getting back to what you normally were paying, it's like, bro, what's better than that? And again, it just looks good on paper.
Sure. Because you got a history of on-time payments.
You got a history of on-time payments. You know, you got your credit utilization. Let's say you open up a credit card or whatever. You know, your credit utilization is looking good, and the age of your credit is looking great as well. That was another reason why my credit score jumped up. I was thinking that it was because I had paid off a bill, and that was the reason why I skyrocketed. But I went back. Shout out Experian. Just dropped something for y'all. Experian. If y'all ain't on the Experian app, make sure y'all check out that Experian app.
Experian, holla at us. We got a lot of tools to drop for our listeners.
You know what I'm saying? Come
you
talk
might
to
want to
us.
hit the horn real quick.
You know?
And make sure you get us on y'all payroll.
And we ain't got to be sitting at 1,000 or whatever. Man, come talk to us. We'll be ready to sit down and negotiate something.
Yeah, we'll talk to y'all.
So
we'll let y'all come eat at our table.
You know?
once or twice. You know what I mean?
So putting them on a little bit, you know, I downloaded the Experian app and I got out of my cheap ways.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I got out of my cheap ways.
Define what a cheap way is.
So a cheap way is when you know how you get these apps and stuff, and it's like, okay, for the more granular information that's gonna really set you apart, you got to pay X, Y, and Z a
and
month.
You wouldn't pay that. You was like, nah, I'm straight.
I'm gonna stick with the basic program and just figure it out.
But
you know?
you got the Apple Music Premium though. Bussin'.
Facts. So, you know, I got out of my cheap ways, man, and I went ahead and I purchased the $24.99 program that they got or plan, where basically it pulls up all three of the credit bureaus for you. You can go in and refresh to get like what your credit score is going to look like after a period of time.
Sure.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and correct me, because you really good with the credit. Is it? I want to say like every 60 days they run like your credit summary,
refreshes.
Where it refreshes.
Yes, 90 days.
90
actually.
days.
Yeah,
90
yeah.
days.
So what you're talking about is the, if I'm not mistaken, Experian. Please forgive me. It's called like the credit simulator tool, where you could put in your goals for where you want your credit to go, and it'll map out a course for you to meet those goals.
Yep.
So make sure that y'all subscribe and y'all put the premium down on Experian, because frugality is cool, but it has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be cheap, but the things that you spend your money on, it has to make sense, and it has to fuel your goals to propel you past where you are and push you into where you're trying to go financially, man.
Yeah, it does.
Make sure that y'all paying attention to where you're putting your money. It's a lot of apps out here that tell you where you're spending your money, and it'll cancel those subscriptions or whatever you're spending your money on. Build you a QuickBook spreadsheet, or you can use Outlook. Make sure you get on there, you map out how you're spending your money throughout your month, and see where you're wasting money at, because I guarantee you, everybody watching this under the sound of my voice is wasting money on something. Make sure you figure out what that is and implement those funds towards something more productive, towards your goals, man.
Yep. Nah, that's a fact, man. You just dropped some knowledge on them. And I, just going back to the Experian, I literally, I'm sorry, not the Experian, but my credit card that I have, I increased my limit. And that was another thing that helped me as well.
How did you do that?
So, if you got the Capital One, man, we just dropping nuggets today.
We are. We feeling good today,
Man,
huh? I think it's the jacket.
Welcome to the 2025,
I think it's the
man.
jacket.
Is it the jacket, man?
I think it's the jacket.
It's the jacket. I like what I got going on, a higher feeling, man. Shout out daddies. Make sure y'all check me out, man, for real. Shopdaddies.com, man. Come get your gear. No cap. But back to what we was talking about.
Yeah.
So I download the Capital One app. I got Capital One credit card. I had it for about
Which Capital
3
One
years
card
now.
do you have?
So I started out with the Quicksilver.
Okay.
The reason why I started out with the Quicksilver, y'all, because at the time my credit score was terrible. But shout out Capital One, they gave a brother a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the Quicksilvers are the chance givers, or the chance giving cards that you get. You know what I mean? When your credit score is in a fair, poor to fair.
Let me
situation.
correct you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every credit card with Capital One has a tier. Each credit card has a tier. You got one for poor to fair credit. You have one from fair to good credit, and then you have one from good to excellent. But each one of those cards has a tier, and when you apply for it, your credit limit is what shows you where you fall as far as your credit. But I'm sorry.
No,
continue.
good one.
Yeah.
So with that, I got my Quicksilver card. The first time I had it was like a $500 limit.
Okay,
Kept me real close to what I was able to afford. And that's another thing. Like, don't be opening up these huge lines of credits. Even if you do have the opportunity to do it, don't just open them up just because, man. Because at the end of the day, when you opening up that credit line, the credit agency is looking at, okay, this person must be able, this person can afford, you know, this line that they're opening up. So if that's the case, then, you know, we're going to be paid back on this on time.
Very true.
But a lot of people, you know, honestly can't afford the limits that they open up,
And they abuse credit cards.
and they abuse the credit card. So I was cool with the $500. I'm like, great. You know, it keeps me, you know, disciplined in what I can use this for. I can't go out there and buy huge, large purchases and just forget about paying bills. I got to be real intentional and streamline what it is that I want. So I had the $500 credit line for a while. I just ran that for a minute to get consistent on paying my bills back on time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Start small and build your consistency that way.
And I don't know if you know it or not, but using your credit card to pay those bills probably helped your credit build as well, no?
It did towards the I caught wind of that as I really began to navigate the Experian app.
Gotcha.
And it showed me that I can boost, my credit or boost my percentage and utilization of certain things or on-time payments by applying my utilities towards that.
Exactly.
So yes, it did help me on the latter part as I continue to, get knowledge of
And
how
I
to
don't
do
want
it.
our listeners to look over that aspect. Like a lot of people struggle with credit and paying bills at the same time.
Yeah.
But if you use both of these tools and merge them together, you knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yep. And so I use it for just simple light payments, gas.
There you
Go to the grocery store. Things that you know are going to be manageable and it's not going to take you out of your limit.
You use your credit to take the expenses off your life that you would be spending anyway.
Exactly. I want to keep my money. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what's the point of spending all my money when I got the opportunity to use credit and then pay it back and it helps me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I look good because I'm paying my bills on time. So I just wanted to highlight that, man. Just as I, continued and I saw the progress I've been making and building my credit, it just hit me on the ride over here like, yo, paying bills is actually a pretty cool
it's pretty
thing.
dope. Like to have the capability to pay bills.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the right bills that are going to help, catapult you to the next step.
Right.
That
Because everybody has
line.
living expenses, but
Exactly.
you accumulate other bills according to your lifestyle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's stop, being fearful of paying bills, man. Pay them bills on time because it makes you look good.
And to make it easy on yourself, pay them things early. Straight up. Pay them off early. And and my calendar is not y'all birthdays. It's when my bills are due, honestly. Like I got every bill is due at a certain date, but on my calendar it's 2 days before that date.
Yeah.
And that helps me pay off my credit cards on time. You need to figure out when your closing date and your payment dates are as far as your credit cards are concerned. And pay them things off early, man. It'll do you a lot of service and it'll take a lot of stress and anxiety off of you when paying your bills. Make sure you get them things off early. And towards the end of the month, you'll have more cash. I guarantee it.
You will, man. Because these banks, again, man, they're not looking at, or these credit agencies, they're not looking at, because you woke up today and decided that today was going to be the day you start making payments on time, regardless of what you done did and messed up prior
It's a track
to.
record.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to get you to where you want to go. Like, you can't get frustrated because you got denied a loan or a credit limit or a credit card because they opening up all your history. And they can see, oh, yeah, such and such, you ain't been paying these bills on time. Just because you woke up today and said you was going to start paying bills on time, I don't mean nothing from what the past history shows.
That's facts, bro.
So
those are very key points. And even America has that, right?
Yeah.
Like, even America has that. I think it's like 3.4 trillion at this point.
Oh, yeah, we up there.
And you were telling me off camera about BRICS. Can you break that down for me?
Yeah, so BRICS is an alliance that China pretty much created.
Okay.
That consists of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and then South Africa.
Okay.
So the 4 of them or the 5 of them, they created this alliance where they're pretty much going after the best of the best, which would be us, U.S., what we considered ourselves to be. But we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
As far as economic powers are concerned, for sure.
As far as economic powers are concerned, and then just the fact of them not really having a lot of deficit spending situations that we've had. I mean, we be quick to pull it out. Hey, yo, we need this, we need that. We quick to do it as a country, as a nation. So again, how everything starts at the top, even in business, we always say it starts at the top and it trickles its way down. Well,
Sure.
the nation is at the top. It trickles down into us. So if our nation is spending it, what make you think our people ain't gonna be spending the same way?
Yeah, that's true.
Or looking to, deficit to try to find some way to compensate for the deficit that they in, but putting themselves in a deeper hole.
Yeah, we always run into somebody's aid when we need help here at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
With BRICS, though, I do want to bring up that they are they're more than half the population of this planet. So again,
Wow.
they're a pretty big alliance.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. only represents 4% of the planet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you think of that, and you think about who we got in our G7
Mm-hmm.
compared to what's in this BRICS,
Mm-hmm.
we in trouble, bro. I mean, we got in our G7 is us, Canada, Japan, Britain, France, Germany, and Italy.
So what was the purpose of BRICS forming the alliance?
Because they were tired of depending on the U.S. They were just, they got to a point where they were just fed up. And of course, we got our own situation with China. We just got our own internal beef with them.
We owe them a lot of money, bro.
We owe some bread.
We owe a lot of money.
But because we also got an allegiance with Europe, you know what I'm saying? Europe don't get down with a lot of those other countries over there. Like Russia, for instance. Russia cut Europe off from receiving oil from them.
Wow.
Because Europe tried to, and I don't want to go on a tangent, but this is a little bit of financial history to kind of let you guys know how things have been going and what it looks like. Europe just tried to basically like come at Russia on some like, yo, you either gonna get down and lay down with this oil, you know what I'm saying? Or we gonna cut you off.
Right.
Man, Russia, like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't care if you big and bad and you got these other people. Like, no, we have a natural resource that's worth a lot. We know our value, no matter how small we are. And you're not about to come here and overpower us.
Right.
So Europe got Saudi. Okay, well, we're going to cut the imports. We're going to cut your importation. Yeah. We're going to cut your importation off then. You're not going to be able to bring in oil. Okay, cool.
Right.
Well, we're going to go slide on our homie, India.
Right.
Again, BRICS. We're going to go slide on India. Yo, man, these guys playing, bro. What you want to do? You can get this money. And you can tax them because they need oil. We just not going to give it to them. So if we slide you this oil, go ahead and tax them, bro. Y'all fam. We ain't tripping. We going to eat on the back end. But we going to let y'all come up and build up because y'all part of an allegiance with us now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now India is taxing Europe for oil. Twice as much as they was paying with Russia.
Wow.
But that's the greed factor, bro. That's the incompetencies that our nations in totality have. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like shit, anybody can run the country if this is what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what true leadership, what true vision is there out there that anyone's following that's starting at the top of the helm?
Gotcha.
And that's a question I'm asking you.
Well, while you're talking, I'm thinking about how us as individuals fall short when it comes to that too. Like using our resources to give ourselves a leg up economically, like even in our jobs with like FDR and the unions and how we didn't utilize those resources, but now we have to be faced with something like BRICS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think that even the jobs that we work now, some of them are unionized, but we don't know our bylaws. We don't know any of the information that we need to know to utilize these resources to come out on top to negotiate contracts for the next year, regardless of the case is. So you just got my wheels turning, bro.
And even in unions, bro, like unions aren't as big as they once were. I believe, from doing some of the research that I was doing, I believe it's like only unions only exist, or there's 6% of unions that exist in the workforce compared to the early, what's it, like the 40s, the 50s,
the 20s
during that time, where we was just transitioning over from the Great Depression. Like unions were at an all-time high. It was like 43, 50%. Like half your jobs had unions behind them. But we don't have that no more. And it's going to be hard for somebody to back you and give you a second voice for anything to really, change.
Sure.
So so hearing you say about unions is like, man, yeah, we got them, but how dependent can we really be on those?
Yeah, I mean, the reason I was thinking about it is because since we don't use what we don't use, we lose, right? Period. That's just a rule of thumb, rule of life. So if we don't use them, they become weak. Like you said, we don't have that many of them anymore. I'm sure they defaulted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They went away. They found other things to do, or we just don't have them anymore because we didn't use them.
Facts.
Right? So the resources, like even when you're talking about credit, had you not used those resources, you probably just would have kept fucking up your credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just think moving forward, the resources that we do have, we need to build them up so they can be stronger resources than what they already are. Thank you for that, O.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, man. A little history lesson. We got a little
financial history, and I think I might, I think I might make that a little something for the people, man.
A little segment moving forward.
You know, if you interested in it, definitely let us know. Leave a comment about the financial history.
Even if you don't leave a comment, we're gonna do it anyway.
Make sure you leave that comment, man. Let me know what you think about it. If you like it, we'll continue to bring on some financial history for you, just to give you a little backstory of how things are actually, how it's been rolled out for us.
Yes, sir.
So we're not waking up every morning thinking that, oh man, bad shit just happening to me. No, man, it's kind of already been laid out, and the structure has been put in place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me know what y'all think, man. But Scott, I know you got something as far as our Zero to Savvy goes.
Yeah, let me break down what Zero to Savvy is for our listeners. It's a new segment that we're rolling out where we basically take a concept or even a recommendation and we give it to our listeners to take with them until the next Monday when we put out our next pod. So today, I got a gift for you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Just
for me or for the people?
I'm going to start with you and then they can get whatever's left over.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. So I already gave you your Christmas gift, so you really don't deserve this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because I fuck with you. Today, we will be talking about this book by John Hope Bryant. Financial literacy for all. You know about John Hope?
John Hope,
He ain't he?
He heat.
That boy gave some money to Morehouse, didn't he?
Did he?
He did.
Okay. That's why you dressed in your maroon.
You see the skin?
Yeah.
No, but this book is basically a streamlined process from zero to savvy, right? Like not knowing much about financial literacy, not knowing much about what it takes to become financially literate and then financially successful and then financially free thereafter. You know what I'm saying?
So it's stages.
It's stages and then it's tidbits and it's tips about the mindset of poverty and shifting that mindset and what tools to use along the way. So I'm not going to give it all away. Make sure y'all check this book out, Financial Literacy from All. You can find it on Amazon or any outlet you want to purchase from, Borders, wherever you want to go find it. It's probably in the reference section. Make sure y'all go check that out. Bro, this is for you.
Oh, what?
Make sure you read that through.
Look at that.
I come bearing gifts. I'm not no regular friend. Y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I ain't never too proud to take in some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, my brother.
Make sure you flip them pages, bro.
Thank you. I definitely will.
And people, make sure y'all go check out that book, Financial Literacy for All, by John Hope Bryant.
Yeah, man. And follow John Hope Bryant.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram. I follow him myself. It's a lot of good tips on there.
He said some cool stuff.
And John Hope, if you see this episode, just come holler at me, man. Make sure we're gonna release the episode and I'm gonna mention you. So I know you're gonna see it. So hit my horn one time, bro.
You know, let's get it all, let's get it streamed. Let's get it shared. Share that thing around so John can see us.
Make sure we share these resources.
That's right. Man, this is powerful, man. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So what is your journey on financial literacy so far? Like where are you? What do you feel like you are from where we started the pod till now? This will be our fifth episode or our sixth episode, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about your process from when we started until now?
Oh, bro, I feel great every time. Like every week that we put out a show and we bring on these phenomenal people, and even through the conversations that we have, like it's like an add-on to what we already do, but we able to magnify it. We're able to bring in, other opinions and expertise.
Sure.
And what it's done is it's crafting me to become a lot more savvy with how I navigate and the things that I do in life, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this podcast, bro. Like it's teaching me a tremendous amount.
One thing that I've realized is that a lot of the guests that we have on, they come from different backgrounds than us.
Yep.
Whether it be fiscal backgrounds or economic backgrounds or geographical backgrounds.
Yep.
And what I realize is that this podcast doesn't just provide a service for our listeners. It provides a service for us as well.
No, facts.
Like, while our listeners are learning, we are too.
Yeah.
We get to sharpen our steel for the next week that we come in.
Yep.
And I think that's the value that I take from the show. That's another form of doing numbers.
That is.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because you got to think about it, y'all. Like, yeah, we sitting up here and we having these conversations and all of that, but best believe we taking a lot of this with us.
And you take it back home with us.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope, everybody that's listening, that are subscribed to us, that share this, you take something away from it and you actually put an action plan in place. That's the biggest thing.
Steps will get you there. 1 foot in front of the other will get you there every time.
That's what we got to do, man. As a minority, race, we definitely got to put more action behind it. And that's what I'm starting to realize is that we lack action.
Yeah, we do. We lack action, execution, and we lack planning, man. And we have an idea of where we want to go or what that looks like, but we never put any thought into the steps it takes to get there.
Nope. Never, no thoughts, man. So, guys, if it's things that you take from this podcast, man, and implement towards your year moving forward and beyond, create action plans, man. I believe my man Hakeem even talked about that on the last podcast that we had. Just have taken action. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop talking about it. Let's actually do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then if we don't have it all in place in that moment of doing, that's the beauty of a lesson.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
So you take those resolutions that you have moving into the new year and implement that into your personal resolve as a person, as a businessman or woman. Make sure that you put that into your resolve as a human being moving forward, as opposed to setting it as a goal for the next year. Make that your everyday goal. You get 24 every single day you wake up.
Every day.
Instead of picking up that phone, make sure you have a book on the nightstand instead. Open that book, read you a couple pages before you start your day. It'll help you with your speech when you interact with that next person you talk to.
Definitely. Work on your public speaking. You know what I'm saying?
I got to work on that. I be stuttering, using filler words.
That's huge, man. Working on public speaking, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. Like, you have to speak.
Yeah.
You can't just get form a business and then just be a non-talking representative. Like it. I mean, you can. You got AI and stuff out here that can do it for you. But
it's going to be real hard, though.
Let's just see how far it goes. Yeah, exactly. So definitely, make sure you take some type of public speaking course, class, whether you go on YouTube and search some things, but that's one of the tools we need to add to our belt for sure.
That's how you do numbers.
And that's how you do numbers. So, man, this was a good episode for us, man.
Yeah, I feel lighter, bro.
And I really want to make sure that the people don't get salty at me because I ain't really feeling the resolution. I hope they don't. I hope they don't get salty.
They salty at you anyway. I've been reading the comments.
You think they salty at me?
Yeah, they salty at you anyway. It ain't about the resolution.
Because it's just about action, y'all. Like, again, if you just keep it in your head all day long and you running through a 12-month year, you're bound to lose it. Like, you just bound to lose it.
That's absolutely true, man.
So
you got to hold on to what your goals are, man. That needs to be a part of who you are as a person, not just a goal to reach.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And I got some cool stuff that I want to bring up to y'all within the stock market real quick, guys. If I mentioned QS, I mentioned QuantumScape to y'all. I don't know if y'all paid attention to it over the last couple weeks, but there was money to be made out there. So I'm letting you know, man, QuantumScape, EV, definitely look at some of those options, man, ETFs. I'm going to keep saying it every time we get on these podcasts because, these are ways that we can build that wealth, and it starts with a few bucks. Even if you for me, I'll tell you my game plan. I have a recurring payment set up where when I get paid, I have a certain amount that just automatically goes in there. I forget about it. Because like you alluded to in the beginning, Scott, we pay on a lot of things that gives us no return.
Very true.
And we pay on a lot of things that it's like, we don't forget about. You know what I'm saying? The Louis Vuittons, the LVs, all that type of stuff. Those are things you don't necessarily forget about because the people in front of you are the ones that are going to keep, bringing it to the forefront.
Yeah, they got guerrilla marketing to make sure it stays in front of you.
That's it.
Yeah, but you got to do your own guerrilla marketing for your own finances.
Amen to that. So, again, man, even if it's 15, 20, 25 bucks that you can put in at a time, I know you got 20, 25 bucks that you could just easily throw away that you don't care about, but understanding that it's going into something that could bring you a return. So I'm going to keep bringing up these stock markets, man, or what options you have within the stock market, whether that's ETFs, mutual funds, finding you some blue chip stock that has good dividend payouts. I just seen one the other day. I'll make sure I let you guys know in the comments if you're interested. of what that blue chip company is that's giving out $6 dividends, $6 in dividends annually. So that's something for you to think about. And it's non-tax. Think about it. You don't even get taxed on dividends. So that's a little gem for y'all.
Thank you for that.
Outside of that, man, Scott, it was a pleasure having you. Always, man, coming on here, giving us all this game, talking to our people.
Yeah, man, I live here, bro. This is really my show. You the guest.
It's yours.
Yeah. So.
And I appreciate this book.
You're welcome, man. That's just another token for you to remember how much better of a friend that I am to you than you are to me. So make sure you take that and you read that, and every page you flip, just like, damn, Scott a good friend. Damn, Scott a good friend.
Damn, Scott, he on.
Friend.
That's my dude, man.
Nah, man.
Love you, bro.
That's another doing numbers for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment.
Share, subscribe,
comment. Make sure y'all get in our comments and talk to us, man. We really do this for y'all. So please give us y'all feedback. We need to hear from y'all. We need to make our goal of 500 subscribers by February. That is our goal.
Because we need YouTube hollering at us, y'all.
We do. And we deserve that.
We need YouTube. YouTube.
We deserve that.
We need you to holler at us.
Yeah. Hit me
up. We on our way.
I can't keep wearing corduroy shirts on my own budget, man. Y'all need to make sure y'all this crushed velvet hat is free. It's not. We need help.
Nevertheless, man, y'all have a great one, man. Enjoy y'all week. Happy New Year's again. Leave the resolutions alone, y'all. Take action.
Yes, sir. That's another doing numbers. Love.